Joining me to throw more light on the issue is a politician and a member of the People's Democratic Party, Segun Showumi. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Manny. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Glad to have you on the program. Well, for some time now, the PDP has taken a backseat. Do you think this, eventually when a party chairman emerges, do you think this is the much needed solution to the crisis that has rocked the PDP for some time?
Well, I don't really think that anybody can safely say the PDP has taken a backseat since we lost government. We have been very, very active. Our National Public Secretary at the time was always in media space, taking on issues, bringing the issues to the fore, engaging the government and the and the ruling party. After a while, there was an avalanche of issues bordering on orchestrated allegations here and there that are yet to be substantiated or proved in court. Naturally, that had a bit of an effect on who then will be speaking on behalf of the party. Our situation is made a little bit dire because the immediate past national chairman left the position on health ground. And like you posited in your report, Chief Secondus has been acting. But you know, the way we have become used to balance in this country, especially our party, that we have 6 geopolitical zones. There is a principle of everybody contributing something to the center. And therefore, the Northeast was not comfortable with the fact that that slot, which ordinarily belonged to them, has not been filled. Incidentally, the intrigues that it takes to fill that kind of position, especially at this time when we do not have the president as the natural leader in place, delayed it up till now. And of course, Gulak posed the issues, and now we are where we are. So I think that for the People's Democratic Party of Nigeria, we're a very strong party. We run our affairs almost in the open. We're not a party that you just have 1 or 2 people sit down in one place and just come up with one abracadabra and nobody's talking about it. Everything about our party is almost as if we're doing it all Nigerians. Right now, you are aware, we're trying to select someone to fill in the gap, to cover the tenor. Look at how engaging that is. That is the beauty of a democratic institution. For if were it not to be a democratic institution, it would have been easy for just 1 or 2 people to sit down somewhere and pen down a name and slot it down. But our party is too big for that. The quality of men that are vying for these positions are respected. If Modu Sheriff gets it, who can argue with his electoral credentials and his capacity to mobilize? Who can argue with administrative competencies? What he has done in private sector, what he has done outside in government.
Okay, just a moment, Ms. Showumi. Do you see leadership as embodied in Ali Modu Sharif taking the People's Democratic Party to a stable position?
The party has not decided who the chairman is yet, so let's be careful not to say it's Ali Modu Sharif, it is Nuru Ribadu, whoever the party caucus and the leaders say is the chairman, then that is the chairman. Why is it important and what will then have to? It depends on who the chairman is. Sometimes they say the monk makes the horse, the man makes the office. If we get a party chairman that understands that the PDP must reform, must get itself ready to play very, very vital roles as an opposition, must reform internally to ensure that internal democracies and accommodation of people and interests takes place, and who has a roadmap that engages and gets more youthful people on board and sidesteps some of these elements that have come out to be very corrupt, then obviously that will be the kind of chairman that can bring the brand back to the Nigerian people. But as things stands today, I dare say that the Nigerians themselves must miss the People's Democratic Party of Nigeria.
Okay, but some would want to argue with you on this issue of stability. The PDP caucus and the NEC came out and considered Ali Modu Sharif. At the BOT, the House is divided. Did you see this coming, and how stable does this portray the party?
When you get to the BOT, questions will be asked. From what you saw in the clip, each of them were being asked, what are you going to do? What's your vision? Some kind of manifesto kind of arrangement. What do you want to do for the party? They zeroed in on 1 or 2 people. Possibly, and my suspicion is that the BOT must have been wondering why 1 or 2 other people that have been expected have not been engaged. So probably they are waiting for them to engage maybe Nuru Rubadu or whoever else they're still expecting, and then get a global picture as to who's the best man to drive it. And from the look of things, you will see that those who are saddled with the responsibility of filling that position are taking it extremely serious. For if they were not taking it serious, it would have just been 5 minutes after they got in, they would have come now and say, okay, this is the white flag or this is the white smoke. We got a new chairman. That's how PDP is. It's a very engaging party. It's a democratic instrument. It's a place where people are allowed to ventilate. People go to court because democracy and participatory democracy especially is not a tea party. It takes a lot of horse dealing, negotiation, issues to be considered before we can settle down.
But being a part of the newer generation, doesn't it bother you that the party, the People's Democratic Party, doesn't seem to have a lot of involvement of the youth? It's still the same old list of people. Where is the youth involvement?
Well, you see, it's a general Nigerian, African challenge. We have not developed a sustainable power movement from one generation to another. And therefore, what you just see is that every time this issue come up, the people that are probably most skilled in terms of all the dot the I's and cross the T, who can network the phone, who have a bit of the money, have been coming out from a particular area. Anybody that has responsibility to run a nation or to plan the future of a nation must figure out how to encourage systematic movement of people to plan for the next generation. So I believe that if any one of them comes in, I can imagine if Nuru was to come on board, I can imagine him having a lot of young people on board. And I can imagine if Modu Sharif also gets this assignment, I can imagine him also thinking about how far can a political party grow if 40 to 50% of the voting populace who are young people do not find coloration and representation in the government. So I believe it's a work in progress. And no political party right now in Nigeria has demonstrated, that kind of youthful exuberance or youthful love. And
so much is happening in the party. Do you think the party is poised or is prepared to take over the reins of power as it's been claiming come 2019?
I think that, first of all, the party, the PDP, Nigerians have experienced 16 years of democratic stability under our watch. They've experienced a very big economy, becoming the biggest in Africa under our watch. They've experienced a nation that is bubbling, full of energy, hope, and the aspiration is under our watch. There were challenges while we were there because it's human efforts, challenges will occur. It's for the Nigerian people to begin to compare in real terms how the government now impacts their life. One thing is certain. For us, if we have chosen, and we seem to have chosen participatory democracy and election as the way of enthroning and bringing in new governments, minimally, we must have two strong ones. So it means that the People's Democratic Party of Nigeria should be strong and will be strong. The APC can do whatever they like with themselves. They're not my baby. When we get to election 2019, before that time, we will come again to the Nigerian people. Hopefully, the Nigerian people will rescue themselves from this failed agenda that is called change.
Just a moment before we could move over to something else. Before 2019, how prepared is the PDP to be a veritable voice of opposition?
I think that essentially the hope for that will rest with the House of Representatives and the Senate. And my gut says that, my instinct tells me that more will come from the PDP House of Representatives than anyone else. One, they're younger. Two, they're focused. Three, they're very vibrant. Four, they seem to not have too many issues around people that are corrupt or having allegations to be proved. So once the House of Representatives puts itself together underneath the leadership of Leo Ogo, who is the minority leader, you're going to get very robust engagement. That you are an opposition party does not mean you must filibuster and be saying nonsense every time the ruling party is trying to get anything done. No. Ours is to look at what the ruling party is trying to say, come to the public space from time to time to nudge the ruling party back in line, especially when the ruling party is derailing from its own promise and aspiration.
All right. What do you make of the controversy boiling over in the Kogi State Assembly, especially as the majority or the party in the Assembly is the People's Democratic Party, and the ruling party in the state as we speak is the All Progressives.
You see, what has happened in Kogi State is very unfortunate, but it's not unexpected. Kogi State started to go bad from the minute they started to introduce all sorts of doctrines in the midst of an election. Had they followed the process up to its logical conclusion, a different kind of governor would have emerged with a different kind of deputy governor. And so all these lacunas around, skewed appointments in one location will not matter. The other thing to consider is this: when are we going to evolve to a people who pay less attention to such frivolities? Kogi is an abnormal situation. It's still a situation that has not fully evolved because people are in court even challenging the governorship seat and the whole process. And yet, 5 people are removing somebody and saying he's no longer this, he's no longer that. The truth is, we just have to hope and pray that the overall interest of development of Kogi State will come on top of their minds, and they will recognize that this is not the time for any government to be distracted. The parameters and the fundamentals of growing the economy and the challenges within is so much that every state, indeed every local government, must begin to figure out how to get something better for itself instead of this unnecessary politics.
Thank you very much, Mr. Showmi. Well, the game of politics is one with vested interest. As in every game, there will surely always be a winner and the one who gets the short end of the stick. But in this peculiar game, or would you rather call it drama, the coming days will unravel who the lead actors will turn out to be. And that's it on the program tonight. Until tomorrow, the discussion continues online at CTV Politics. On behalf of the entire crew, thank you for being part of the show. I'm Imana Amawe. Bye for now.